And Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
I've talked to Matt about this. Packer fans are going to lose their mind if Jordan Love turns out to be Kirk Cousins, because all they've done forever is crap on Kirk Cousins because we have Aaron Rodgers. So even if Jordan Love is above league average, that's going to feel like a disappointment.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Look, I'm going to be honest.
Someone get the fire extinguisher. This man is hot.
I'm hot because the damn fire alarms or smoke alarms in my house were going off for an hour and a half before that meeting, before that call.
Oh,
God.
Did you come up with that hot take and then they went off? Or
right?
They already were going off?
It was brewing, and then they went. The smoke was coming out my ears.
Preemptive fire alarms going off at the Rutledge house because your brain was burning when people were talking only positive bold takes for the Packers.
I swear to God, I hate electricity. I don't know what is going on at my house. We had a master electrician at the house. He's like, I'm a little stumped. But long story short, hopefully it's solved. But shout out to Dale from Edge Construction. He's their master electrician they have on staff, and I think he's problem solved it. I mean, he's basically doing all the smart things, but there's a concern that we might have like the 1 in 1,000 chance we had Lion Energy out there because he had to disconnect the power coming to our house to be able to work on the breaker box.
Oh, right.
And when they were out there, I was explaining the last 2 days, not 2 days in a row, but the last 2 days we've had full power at our house because that's kind of our problem. We can't run all our appliances at once, long story short. And it happens at 8 a.m. It happened 8 a.m. Sunday morning, and then it happened at 8 a.m. this morning. And that's the last 2 times we've had power. And here's the kicker, guys. When we have hardwired fire alarms, because we're fancy like that, or people before us were, or it's a code. I don't know. Like it could be a new code thing. But anyways, it's awful because if there is anything in electricity that at all feels off, they go off.
Right.
And they're like, hey, which is good, but not good when they've been going off for 40 minutes and you had to then just go and take everyone off. I had to unplug every smoke detector in the house.
Strofe, we're going to have to tiptoe a little bit around Jim today. I get the feeling that, like his house, he's got a short fuse.
I don't know. You were trying so hard to get that off. I don't even know.
He worked it in 6 times.
He interrupted me 3 times to try to work it in.
You were just grinding away
out here.
Write it down
if you got to. Save it for a second.
I cannot.
I'll be honest. I talked to my wife. I am, what was it, Clockwork Orange when they hold your eyes open?
Yes.
That's my level because I don't know if there is a worse sound in the world than a smoke detector going off. But here's the thing. Not one. The entire house. And here's the extra part, which is smart. When you're upstairs, we have 4 bedrooms, which means there's 7 smoke detectors upstairs. So it is echoing through the upstairs as you're trying to take them down one by one. I am on edge. And then Jason Wilde calls me. And I gave my take. Do we have my take from today? I don't even know what I said.
I don't have the whole thing, but I do have the 15 seconds we heard in the open.
Why don't you have the longer part that I went off and did my whole?
I'm sure we can get it before the show's over. We got 2 hours of show. We can get you that rant because it was legendary.
I was fired up. But here's the thing. I wasn't planning on going into the rant, guys. But Tauscher,
he begged for it.
Well, he did beg for it. And as I'm running through, you gave your take, which was very Pollyanna, which is fine. I get it. But then Strofe, and you had him on a spreadsheet. So tell me, because I saw this earlier, and I'm like, this is what we're going to do now? Our hot takes are all just positive. We're not acting like Aaron Rodgers left. I didn't even say that part of it. I don't know. One of the best quarterbacks in NFL history, not on your football team anymore.
Homer's hot take was Rodgers wins the MVP.
That's a good hot. That's actually not even hot of a take. But 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. I will be nice even if I am on fire. So we will do our little own bold-a-thon. We'll do that for a couple segments here. So 844-770-3776. That is, you can chime in with your bold Packers take, whatever you want it to be.
Can we get both sides of the spectrum?
What does that mean?
I would like to hear some bold on the other side.
Well, we just got to take it organically.
There's a lot of positivity.
We got to take it organically. If everyone's feeling hot on it, Robin Madison chimes in after the second time I just would have burned the house down.
Yep.
Trust me, man. If it happens tomorrow, I don't know. I can't. I don't know what's going to happen.
Just hide the gasoline.
How many times I would just because nobody can hear you because all you hear is fire alarms going off. I just scream the F word through the house as I try not to lose my mind.
Yeah. Even though you have kids, you won't have to worry about it. No one can hear you.
Right. Well, they're at school, thank God.
I feel like you need to take a breath.
I'm good.
You seemed really ramped up.
You think?
I mean, I'm not blaming you.
It is torture. Like, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Breathe in through the nose.
I'm good. But go ahead and share some of the takes.
Sure. Okay. So let's recap ours for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jim, yours was that the Packers would win 5 games.
Correct.
Matt, yours was that there would be 2 1,000-yard receivers on the Green Bay Packers this year, Christian Watson and Jaden Reed.
No, I didn't actually pick Jaden Reed. I was saying Christian Watson
I thought
for
you
sure.
said
He did.
He did. He said Christian Watson for sure, and then when someone was like, "Oh, Jaden Reed hype," I was like, "I think him and Dobbs are going to
We need to get his take because I think what Tauscher said was Romeo Dobbs, and you're like, no, I think maybe Jaden Reed could do it. That's how I heard it.
I think Romeo Dobbs will do it.
I think
I'm
Romeo
most
Dobbs is the
confident in
front
him of
runner
any
for it,
receiver.
but
Agreed.
Yeah.
Watson, honestly, and I
I'm
could
just
be
worried
wrong,
if he'll be healthy.
healthy, but also he screams still. Right now, he's like MVS 2.0. Like you can use him. You can use him better than the Packers use MVS, and he's faster and bigger, but he's not a precise route runner. He is elite at going down the field, which is a really good skill, and if you get the ball in space, it can be good. MVS with Kansas City last year was a good, better than he ever was in Green Bay, like a good wide receiver.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, and if you got a 2.0 version of it, that implies better, but I just think that right now, if let's say, so last year with the Chiefs, MVS not a main guy. Still 42 catches, 687 yards, 2 touchdowns. So let's say that Christian Watson catches 75 passes for, we'll assume he stays healthy enough for 1,000 yards, but 75 for 1,006 touchdowns. That's not, you can't live without the guy.
Right.
But that's kind of MVS 2.0.
I do just want to throw this out there. So we all know hypotheticals, not real. So let's say the hypothetical that Watson plays every game, no injuries. To get 1,000 yards, you only need 59 yards a week. 59 yards a week for 17 weeks puts you at exactly like 1,005 yards. So like it's not really a super tall task like when the season was a little bit shorter, and obviously injuries are gonna affect this, but I think it's doable.
True, but he went. He had a 10. This is towards the. Or let's start the season. 34, 9, 8, 1, 12, 24, 107, 48, 110, 48, 46, 49, 11, 104.
Right. So like in that late stretch, he was close to that 59 mark with those 100-yarders in the 50s. The early half kind of put a kibosh on it, but I think it's doable. It's just I'm gonna be curious on the split of this offense a little bit too. Like, how much more are we going to lean that much more on the running?
Yes.
I feel like you kind of have to, but
which I think will lead to more yards per catch for Christian Watson, but maybe not as many catches.
Attempts, right? Okay. Yeah.
I think there going to be a lot of play action, which Watson will be able to go over the top on. So, but Matt, you took away the biggest qualifier because I think everyone that says about Watson 1,000 yards, right? It's not impossible.
Yeah.
I don't think he plays all those
but
games.
It's the health. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
even
the big question mark.
Some of those games I listed off the game logs, he didn't finish the game. And so even though he played some, he couldn't play the whole game. Or he's diminished in the game.
Right.
So let's say he has 3 games where he's starting the season. Oh, by the way, news out of Green Bay, Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson on the injury report with hamstring injuries. Week 1.
Yeah.
And that's something. Both those players were injured last year. Yep. Not the best start. It might mean nothing, but it's not the best start there. So let's get so Matt's take. We can play it back, but I kind of had heard it that when Tauscher threw out Romeo Dobbs, Matt was like, but maybe it's Jaden Reed. That's kind of how I heard it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those two, obviously.
Yeah.
I do think we'll have 2,000-yarders. I don't know who the second one is.
Honestly, if I was going to pick a second, I would take Aaron Jones, one of those guys.
Not bad. It wouldn't be a bad pick.
You just want me to run through all of them?
Yeah.
All right. So
and who just said them?
Rob Demovsky from ESPN.com stole mine.
I wanted to bring this up because you made this pick months ago. Maybe months ago.
I think it was in May or June I said this. He said Luke Musgrave, the rookie tight end, will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. He was the first guest of the day, and I was listening to this. I was like, well, now I got to come up with something else. Evan Cohen said Jason Wilde is going to enjoy covering this team more than any other team he's covered.
What kind of take is that?
Yeah, that's what I know, right?
Gosh, Evan, you're such a good radio guy. That was a swing and a miss.
Gabe Neitzel said Jaden Reed will be the leading receiver for the Packers.
And
that's bold.
And when I took the shot at the Reed, it wasn't just Matt. It was the Reed start too.
Right.
I mean, Gabe, because you had texted some of these, so I knew that Gabe had referenced Jaden Reed.
Jim Polzin, who was in studio, nice to see him from the Wisconsin State Journal, said Christian Watson will make a Pro Bowl this year. Where do we rank these on the bold scale? I'd like you guys to rate these 1 to 10.
Oh, that's a good call.
Musgrave's the boldest because a tight end's never won it, and Luke Musgrave struggled to get through a college season, let alone an NFL season.
Yeah,
so
you did say that.
Yes,
we will have. I'll find your take.
Yes,
we'll play it next segment.
But so to me, health for him as well, because remember Christian Watson couldn't get through a college season, and he didn't get through his first NFL season.
Yep. Brian Bulaga says the team will win the final 3 games to make the playoffs. They will go on a 3-game winning streak at the end of the year to make the wild card.
That's pretty bold just because it's so situational.
It's
everything's
specific.
got to fall right.
It's specific.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would say that's not quite as bold as the Musgrave, but it's up there.
It's also bold because I think a lot of the stuff I listen to out of market, some of the national stuff, when they kind of give a real look at the Packers, one of the things they point out is that, I mean, things could break right for Green Bay, but you know what? Last year, what was the biggest reason the Packers broke out of their horrible start to the season and went on that string? Is that happening last year with Jordan Love at quarterback, or is that because Aaron Rodgers is a GOAT-level quarterback and he was able to kind of project his confidence onto the rest of the team? You can shake your head all you want. Jordan Love ain't doing that this year.
Well, I'm thinking. I'm not shaking your head.
No, I think Aaron Rodgers willed that team to go on that streak.
And because of who he was, and he had done it before, so he spoke it into existence. His confidence level, I mean, it's not happening. Forget Jordan Love. It's not happening with most NFL quarterbacks.
The way in which you're setting it up, I agree with. Because it's not like he played out of his mind like he had in years past, but from a confidence perspective, sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
The defense played a lot better than they did early on, too. I think that's part of it, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, rest of the takes here quick. Homer said Rasheed Walker will get a start at tackle. I don't know how bold that one was. I was confused by that one. Kyle Wallace, who you can hear weekdays 2 to 4, starting Monday on KBN. Kyle Bruston-Nortman said Jordan Love will be, by the end of the year, we will think he is the best quarterback in the NFC North. Brad Nortman, his future co-host, went a step further and said by the end of the year, we will think Jordan Love is the 3rd best quarterback in all of the NFC. I went with that. Sorry, I'm receiving a phone call in the middle of this.
Me too.
Same guy? 920?
No, mine's New Jersey. I'm guessing it's spam.
I would guess mine's spam too, but who knows? Now, where was I going next? Nortman said 3rd best quarterback in the NFC. Brust said that Joe Barry will be fired midseason.
I love that one.
Scalzo said that LaFleur will be fired by the end of the year.
Ooh.
And I said that after Jason Wilde made the pick that Rashawn Gary will win the comeback player of the year, I said that Joe Barry will win the non-existent comeback coordinator of the year. So me and Brust on very different spectrums there, and that's pretty much all of them.
I would say the boldest take goes to Scalzo.
I would agree.
Because my take isn't that bold, because a lot of people have the Packers at a 6-win team. That's why I at least had to go to 5. 4 seemed a bit...
Inventing a new award for Joe Barry seems pretty bold.
I wouldn't... and I said this on the air. I said my award is more... Or my bold-a-thon take was more delusional than bold.
I mean, that tracks for you.
There's probably
though.
no way that happens.
So Rutledge is an idiot guy chimes in. There's absolutely no reason why Love can't do what Rodgers did last year. Rodgers had a very pedestrian numbers at the end of the year. Okay, but Aaron Rodgers had amazing numbers his first year starting quarterback with a team that was coming off going to the NFC Championship game, and he went 6-10. Rutledge is an idiot guy because it's hard to win football games. I'm tired of this stupid narrative that Aaron Rodgers was not a top 10 quarterback in the league last year. Get his stats out the window. You're not winning. You are a 4 or 5 win team or less without Aaron Rodgers last year. Good God, how am I the one that has to say, put some damn respect on Aaron Rodgers' name? This is insane. Everyone's doing this. Tauscher's the only one that points out once in a while, hey guys, Aaron Rodgers statistically might not have been there, but it's a big difference looking Aaron Rodgers in the eye at the end of a game when he says, we're going to go win this, than Jordan Love, who says, I won a game 17 years ago at Utah State, so we're going to go do this, buddies. Like, come on. What are we doing here? This is insane. Put respect on Aaron Rodgers' name. You don't have to tear down Aaron Rodgers to build Jordan Love up. The only sensible thing to say about Jordan Love is that we don't know what he is. If you think he's going to come out there and be a Hall of Fame quarterback because Matt LaFleur's never developed a quarterback and Goody's never drafted a quarterback, and you just think it's going to happen because that's what happens with the Green Bay Packers, you are certifiably insane. It might happen, but you can't just will it to happen. And if you keep on telling me that Aaron Rodgers was not a top 10 quarterback last year, I can't take you seriously. God, what is happening in this world that I have to defend Aaron Rodgers? What is happening?
I am with what everything you just said. That was amazing. That was fantastic, Jim.
God, what is happening in this world? Jordan Love might be good, but to think that Jordan Love is going to be as good as Aaron Rodgers was in game as Aaron Rodgers, just point to Aaron Rodgers' rookie year. He won 6 games. He was amazing. His stats were better.
4,000 plus yards.
They were awesome.
Yeah.
They didn't win the games. That team was in the NFC Championship game the year before. This team struggled to win 7 or 8 games. 8 games. They struggled to win 8. And it took a Herculean leadership level from Aaron Rodgers to get that done.
I think so too. I'm just it
Does
really
Jordan
does
Love
shock
do
me.
what Aaron Rodgers did against Dallas Cowboys last year? Overtime win, 3 touchdowns, 224 yards, 70% completion percentage. That happened?
I would think probably not.
This year. I'm not talking forever. I'm talking this year.
Season, yeah, I would say probably not.
Yeah, I mean, you can run
It's your
through
first
these.
time as a starter. It's a tall order from this year, and I'm here for optimism, and I'm here for speaking things into existence, right? But we're getting ahead of our skis a little bit here with Jordan Love.
I'm fine with that. Just stop tearing down Aaron Rodgers like, oh, it's just whatever, pedestrian last year.
Yeah, I mean, I understand he hurt us Packer fans. He hurt us. I get it, but Jim's right. We don't need to tear him down to build up Jordan Love.
It's like, I feel like I'm talking to my kids. Don't tear someone down to build someone else up.
Remember when I said you might want to take a breath?
God. Well, stop saying stupid things.
Not you, Stro.
But like,
Well,
I mean, you could stop, but not necessarily you.
Strofe, I mean, to think that Jordan Love, who's never started an NFL game that matters, like him as a guy that's game plan for, he filled in one time during a weird COVID season that against the Chiefs, and Rodgers was out. This is like your game plan for. I think Jordan Love's going to be fine. But to just be here and be like, do we not know what Aaron Rodgers was? Do we just not understand? Is this what it is, Alex? I'll ask you this. Do we not fully grasp what Aaron Rodgers is as a football player?
1,000,000%.
Okay.
That's the point you're making that I actually fully agree with.
I think everyone
Because
grasps it. I think it's a denial thing.
Yes, I agree. But what I think we're losing sight of is when people say that he can repeat that season, he probably can statistically. But that doesn't show what Rodgers is as a leader, as a guy that understands the game, that is running the offense essentially, right? Like, Rodgers is one of the best adjusters the league has ever seen. Jordan Love isn't going to be that, at least now.
Right.
If ever.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Next year, he's not going to be Rodgers.
So I actually can't believe I'm, number one, agreeing with you after a fiery rant like you just had. But B,
it was a pro-Packer rant.
because exactly. I think statistically, I understand their point, right? Like 26-12, I think it was last year. He'll probably throw more than 12 interceptions. But 26-12, it's not crazy numbers. They're good, but they're not insane Rodgers numbers like when he went for whatever it was, 48-5 during one of his MVP stints. So, yeah, you're right, Jim. I'm a little bit flabbergasted right now because I thought you and I were going to argue in the first.
Well, the fact that what you just said right there, one of his MVP stints. We are comparing a guy who has seen the NFL field as a starter one time, and we are saying he can do what that 4-time MVP Super Bowl champion did before him. It's like, that's not. Like I said, I'm here for optimism. That's not optimism. That is delusional.
If you put the contract aside, many NFL teams would have taken Aaron Rodgers this year.
Yeah.
And so I get the optimism, but can we stop tearing down Aaron Rodgers? It is just insane to me. And in my
He's
take,
gone now.
In
He
my
can't
take
hurt you anymore.
that I did share on Wilde and Tausch, I did say I think that statistically some guys, Love included, Watson, Dobbs, they can hit some nice markers and have good statistical seasons. But they could go 1-7 in one-score games this year, 1-6 in one-score games, because you're on this edge, just on this precipice of like nothing can go wrong, and it's just all rookies. So building for the future, the Packers are building a really good football team. I really do think they are. But for this year, a team full of super young players, to then just be like, as I said, we'll hear it on my take on the other side. Bad things can happen, and if they do, you can call Revive Restoration.
That's right. You can call our friends at Revive Restoration because they have your back 24/7, 365 days a year. My friend Phil came home to a flooded house. I said, Phil, don't worry about the shop vac. Don't worry about getting that water out. Just call my friend Josh Duggan and the people at Revive Restoration. They've got the 24/7 hotline. They took care of his basement by Tuesday. He called Sunday, done by Tuesday. They are on to the next step, building their basement out to get back to normal again. You can too if there's an accident in your house. Go to revivepros.com to find out what they can do for you. That's revivepros.com.
It's Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-511-3535. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-511-3535, 800-511-3535, or biglou.com.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Woline to pass on third down. He's going to lob it up into the end zone for Stenbrod, and he comes back to the ball, and he catches it in the end zone, falling down.
Talk about a senior making a big play.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
When you've been seriously injured, you need a trusted team on your side. Gruber Law Offices is available 24/7 and will even come to you. Your first call is free. Your first visit is free. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, where vintage racing lives on. Experience the sights, sounds, and smells from motorsport's pioneering age in historic Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Road America's 2023 season offers numerous opportunities to watch vintage race cars take on the iconic 4-mile road course. The Aaron's Art of Wheels Vintage Weekend wraps up the 2023 Road America race season September 15th through the 17th. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Because it's hard to win football games. I'm tired of this stupid narrative that Aaron Rodgers was not a top 10 quarterback in the league last year. Get his stats out the window. You're not winning. You are a 4 or 5 win team or less without Aaron Rodgers last year. Good God, how am I the one that has to say, put some damn respect on Aaron Rodgers' name? This is insane. Everything's fine.
Everything's under control. Situation normal. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you.
Man.
Yeah.
I think I might just like hide a speaker at your house and just like start blaring alarms every other day just so you come in this hot. Because you're on fire right now, buddy. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
On that note, Troy Madison chimes in with a helpful little hit here. Hey, Jim, are any of your smoke detectors near a heat vent? That could be what's setting them off. At least that's what I was told by an inspector. Troy, I appreciate that. That is not the case. It is some sort of weird electrical trigger that I pray to God, or God help us all tomorrow, if I have another incident with smoke detectors going off in my house.
I don't want to see you any more pissed off than I've seen you today.
Yeah,
I'm not even.
Jim, if they go off tomorrow, you can just take the day.
It's not mad. It's it's like fried.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not mad. I'm fried.
Totally. You have a short fuse. I'm not making that as a joke.
Yeah, like
as funny as it is.
But like, I just want to be clear. Like, I'm not mad about it. I mean, I think it's absolutely insane that Packer fans have just thrown away the Aaron Rodgers era of like, look, anyone can do it. Because Tauscher, and this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge, live from the Everlight Solar studio. We got a lot of text. I'll let Strofe pick out his favorites in there. I will always take. I'll also get the ones I do see. Dan Stoughton. A few people chimed in. A lot of care for me as well for the fire or the smoke detector issue. Yeah. Also, I'm concerned my neighbors don't care about me at all because we have all the windows open at the house right now. So when I pulled up,
so you can blare the smoke alarm for the entire neighborhood.
Right. Nobody came to the door. Not once.
Not one person checked on me and my family. Alarms were blaring.
Because you could hear him. I pulled up in my truck from Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. You know, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. So my big blue truck, I have the music player, and I just dropped the kids off, feeling good, driving my awesome car from Simon Chevy. You can drive one from them as well, whether it's Silverado or Colorado. I have the big blue Silverado. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. So I'm driving in, and I turn off the car, and I just said a word I can't say on the radio, and then went inside and walked into the Thunderdome. So, but it was going on for a while. You know, nobody. And I was getting worried. I'm like, someone's going to call the fire department. Nah, nobody cared. No, not a care. People are running, walking by.
We didn't see smoke.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't have any relationship with any of my neighbors, so it's not like a good or bad thing. But I did actually make friends with one the other day because I was wearing a Jordan jersey. And they were a huge Jordan fan. They used to work at the Nike outlet back in the day. And they shared a story about how Jordan had his car break down. This is pre-cell phone. He had to get, driven to the Nike outlet. He made a phone call, and he got picked up there by, Phil Knight, and it was a whole cool thing. It was one near, the Illinois border. It was down, Racine, Beloit, something like that. So I got, a cool story out of it, too. So I have kind of a friendship with one. But otherwise, apparently the rest, I don't have any bad issues with them. But, their neighbors.
Now you do.
Well, right. They're all like, this jerk. Got a smoke detector going off all the time. Yikes. I'm burning, all right. Strofe, did you pick some of your favorites here? 844-770-3776.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to start with one you're not going to love.
I'm fine.
King Troll House of D says, Does Jimmy Wimmy need a little nappy wappy?
Well, I would be upset if it was good. Sometimes they're good. That was an effort from him. Sometimes he gives good ones, but that was not good.
Eric Madison says, I'm with you in Touch, Jim. Rave on. Robin Madison also offering you to bring you some gifts to calm you down, if you know what I'm saying.
All right, Rob, come to the Spark Building.
Is that a great name for this transaction?
Then Dan and Stoughton tried, why not trip the breaker for your smoke detector instead of unplugging each one? Dan, I had all the power off in the house. The problem was they're also battery backup. Yeah. So the smoke detectors just gave me the big middle finger when I turned off all the power in the house. They just kept on going. So that's why I had to go in and unhook each one and take the battery out of them. They're lucky I didn't smash
each one of them became unhinged, Jim became more unhinged himself.
It was this close to an office space where they take the copy machine, they bash it.
Yeah, you just start stomping out in the field.
I may or may not have spent hundreds of dollars at a big box store today buying all new smoke detectors. They're all Wi-Fi, so you can just turn them off with a button on your phone. And that way, if I'm not home, because this was the concern, is that thankfully I was home, but if we had pets, the pets were losing their mind. The dog I just put outside. If we're just not home and that's happening, they're going to go insane. So this way it will alert me if it happens, and then I can just turn it off with one button on my phone.
There you go. Welcome to the modern age.
I don't like this modern age. I want a smoke detector that only goes off if there's smoke near it. Yeah, not if the electrical is being a little funky for a second. Good, just let it be. God. Yeah, Chris Orr coming up next. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 Best history. Your kids will call it totally lit. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the Incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Is your yard ready for fall? Pick up the essentials during Fleet Farm's Fall Yard Prep. Get everything you need like Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard Lawn Food on sale $49.99. Get 5 bags of Scott's Triple Shred Mulch for just $10. And all poly tarps are 20% off. Plus, shop our wide selection of cleanup gear like rakes, wheelbarrows, power equipment, and more. We have what you need for your everyday life. Fleet Farm.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 7th. Position players, pitchers, and catchers can showcase their skills for over 40 college coaches scheduled to attend. Registration is open to all players in the 2024 to 27 graduating years, and spots are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Sign up today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com. Raise baseball, raise your game.
With over 25 years of experience, TLC Laser Eye Centers is a leader in LASIK. TLC has performed over 2.3 million LASIK procedures nationwide, including treatment for over 10,000 doctors and professional football player Kirk Cousins.
TLC Laser Eye Centers is a brand that's proven and can be trusted. This was not a procedure I wanted to cut corners on. I wanted to get the best quality and the best doctors and make sure that it was done to the highest level. And I felt that TLC was the brand that would do that. And so it made the decision easy for me and for my wife.
Come see why TLC is the doctor's choice for LASIK and the choice for Kirk Cousins. Right now, TLC Laser Eye Centers is offering $1,000 off LASIK when treated in September. That's $500 off per eye. Visit tlcoffer.com today to schedule your free consultation. Must mention this promotion and be treated in September of 2023 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard wave light price. $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at saveontlc.com.
Huddle up for the Great Dane Huddle, live from the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. The NFL season is officially here. Kick it off with me and former Badgers Tarek Sala and Derek Engler. 6 o'clock Thursday on the Great Dane Huddle right here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand, live from the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company downtown.
The Great Dane Huddle, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Am I wrong to think that McIntosh hires Fickle with the thought process of we can be more than just Big Ten champs?
Guy that is Big Ten through and through, now has a chance to lead one of the premier programs in the league.
He knows what it takes to win. We have one objective, and that's to play for a championship. Expect to go out and win every game.
It's time to talk Wisconsin football on Rutledge and Hamilton. Presented by Simden Chevrolet of Mount Horeb and North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Throws it again, and he's hit and sacked for the second time. This time it's Chris Orr, the senior from DeSoto, Texas.
How about that, Chris Orr? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to hit someone after that open, bringing you in, announcing your presence with authority?
Yeah.
Man, I'm ready, man. Shout out to Ryan for making that, man. That's lovely.
It is. I'm already ready to go, Chris. But, now I'm even more ready to go. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. Chris Orr is going to join us every week. We're going to try to move you to Monday, get you a little closer to the Badger game. But I did hear you on the post-game show, and you and Brad were a little bit lower in your grades. Now, I think I came in a C+, rewatching it. I think I go B-. There was a disappointment in my part, Chris, of they weren't airing it out. But then I looked into it. That was the most rushing yards that they've had in 2 years, the best yards per carry I can remember in a long time for Braylon Allen. Ches Malusi had his best game. So, I don't care how they win the games. And honestly, looking back on it, Chris, I was like, you know what? Good on Phil Longo not trying to force the pass. It almost was like Buffalo was begging Longo to get caught up and trying to throw the football. And he said, no, we'll just give it to our horses and let it go. Rewatching the game, Chris, any new thoughts or still kind of that same not loving that first game?
I think my grade is still the same, but I can't do anything but agree with what you were saying. I mean, it's definitely encouraging to see Coach Longo just take what the defense was giving them. They decided to play off a lot, and essentially what you were saying, they were daring us to run the ball and basically saying we're not going to lose this game through the air, which is what everybody could get caught up in when thinking of us moving to the air raid offense. But I was still a little disappointed. It just felt like we should have been lighting up the scoreboard a little more, a little faster with the new style of offense mainly. But at the same time, it's still week one. I think that you'll get a true gauge on this team for the game that they have coming up this weekend, because Washington State is a good program. That's a good football team. They came out here and beat us last year. It's going to be an emotional win for the guys that are in the locker room. It's a big statement for Coach Fickle and the new staff because it's their first road game. So it's going to be some different challenges, but I think you'll get a true gauge of what this team can be, at least in this season, based off of this week.
Yeah, so I love that you brought up this Washington State game that we're going into, because we earlier this week we had went through some of the new faces on the starting offense, and there's a handful. When you have new teammates in a locker room, but you might have a little bit of a grudge or a chip on your shoulder from the season prior, how do you get those new guys on the same page that's like, hey, you might not have been here for this loss last year, but this is still stuck in my craw, and I want to make sure I get these guys this go around. How does that go down in the locker room for some of these new guys?
Right. That just honestly that plays in. They should be able to feel the energy, one, just because of how the guys from last year are going about their business this week. But two, that ties into all the trophy games and the rivalries now. you're a Wisconsin Badger now. You're a part of this program. Whether you like it or not, we hate Minnesota, we hate Iowa, we hate Nebraska. You know what I mean? So now it's like you're a part of this brotherhood, and everything that bothered you before now means nothing because now you're a part of this Motion W. So everything that bothered this Motion W, everything that might have ticked us off or anything that we're trying to get back at from last year or years prior, you're a part of it now. So it's just the same gelling and meshing process that you would have even just for a trophy week, to be honest.
Go on.
Oh, so they're just – this is one of those situations where the new guys just got to read the room.
Right.
Figure it out. Okay.
Sure.
No, I like that.
Even if they're not from Wisconsin, they still know who to root against? I thought only Wisconsin people knew how to appreciate being a Badger.
Oh, my gosh. Jim is on one today, Chris, so don't give him that much of a laugh. Jim is on a heater right now.
Like, the whole time Chris was talking, it was like perfect because he was setting it up. That like when you arrive in the locker room, these guys teach you. We're talking with Chris Orr, former Badger, former NFL player, and USFL star as well. And Chris, with this Badger program, you kind of touched on it, but so when they faced Buffalo, how much do you think? It was a lot of short passes, and it felt like 1 or 2 shots deep. And I get they're trying to set it up with the run and short pass and then went deep. How much do you think that is the normal game plan for the Badgers? How much were maybe they saving for Washington State? And how much was it just the way Buffalo played it? Phil just decided to take the quote-unquote easier throws.
Right. I think it's kind of a culmination of them all. Like, one, you just take what the defense gives you no matter what. Even if you want to get to certain plays or whatever the case is, you have no choice but to take whatever the defense or offense is giving up. And then, two, there's a lot of factors. Like Coach Fickle's, his first game coaching in Camp Randall's, Coach Longo's first game coaching in Camp Randall, and Mordecai's first game in Camp Randall. So they probably were calling some things to just say, let's get everybody comfortable, let's get acquainted. This is very different from practice. Like, this is actual live bullets. There's fans in the stands. You actually had the true uniform on. Everything is real now. So let's get you comfortable. I think that definitely had a piece of it as well. Is just let's get Mordecai comfortable swinging the ball to some of these guys who he hasn't done outside of a practice setting, ever. That's definitely a piece of it. But I would still say I would lean more so towards just taking what the defense gives you. I think that against Washington State, just thinking of it, from a topical point of view, is that they feel like they can beat Wisconsin. They're like, man, there's nothing different about you. If anything, they might feel even more comfortable because they faced the air raid themselves. So they're probably gonna be playing a little more aggressive and not as playing it as safe. They're Braylon and Ches just destroyed Buffalo on the ground, so they're definitely gonna be putting numbers into the box and try to stop the run game and basically just challenging their DBs and saying, cover these guys because we're not gonna let them run the ball on us. So you're gonna get your shots.
What I'm really curious about, and Jim actually raised a good point with his last question, is this first game, and no offense to the Buffalo Bulls, but this was like the Badgers' kind of a preseason game, right? They expected to win. And we had talked with the Packers in preseason. They're not going to open up the whole playbook for preseason, and especially with, I'm not calling it a rivalry, but a grudge match against Washington State. Right. Is there a good – I mean, I feel like there's a chance that this Phil Longo's air raid might not have – they just didn't let the horses run. I think he just had it under the reins. Maybe Tanner just needs to find a rhythm, like get a couple more throws in. Mm-hmm. But when something's working, you don't deviate. So I'm wondering, do you think there's a chance that this playbook was just a little dumbed down a little bit because they didn't want to give anything away for Washington?
For sure. That's always a part of it, especially in your non-conference games or you're playing a quote-unquote like lower-level team or whatever the case is because, you feel like we have the plus in the trenches. We feel like we can just run the ball and get out of this game, do what we've been doing. We know who we are. We know who our horses are. Let's just feed them and get out of this game. Let's get a little comfortable but not exposed too much. Right. I think that this week you'll see more. I think you'll see more this week than even if this was like Northwestern coming up, to be honest. Just because of the challenge at hand, I think it's a big statement win for those coaches, with the team. First of all, like just from coach to player relationship, like, man, we just helped you come back out here and get your lick back, get your revenge, whatever however you want to slice it up. But, yeah, for sure, it's definitely just getting you comfortable, introducing the offense. It's completely new. It's still completely new for some guys that have been in that locker room. You could have been a Wisconsin Badger for 4 years, and now you're doing stuff that you've never done before ever. So there's definitely – you should see a gradual progression for the offense week by week, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And I'll probably say that this week is where we'll see a big jump. You'll probably see a big leap in what they call, what they execute, just because it should be a more competitive game anyway, to be honest.
Is it fair to say that even the coaches are kind of feeling it out? Because, yes, they got in and they did bring some transfers in, but a lot of these guys were picked by other coaches, and this was the team that they were given. So I feel like there might be a little bit of a feeling out period for the coaches as well for the players. Right. They gotta figure out their coaches out, and the players got to figure out where they're at.
Yeah, for sure. This was definitely so. Like, people don't realize that you're getting evaluated all the time when you're an athlete. Your coaches are evaluating you on and off the field. They're evaluating you all throughout the season as well. If this was the NFL, you might have even seen some guys released at this point and just some small movement happening, towards the bottom of the roster. But yeah, there's still evaluation going on, because you can look great in practice, you can look amazing in practice, you can look horrible in practice, but once we get to the game, you can't hide. You're going to be exposed. If you're somebody that's lacking, then the opposing team's going to attack you. But if you're somebody we can depend on, we're going to see that, very clearly from day one, from game one. And I think that, the usual suspects definitely showed themselves, based off of week one. We got Braylon and Ches. We know who they're going to be. Our offensive line did a good job blocking for them in the run game. Tim showed that he's still a reliable receiver, and then even some younger guys emerging, like Pauling out of that receiving core. Mm-hmm. We wish we had connected with Skylar on that big play, because I think he has big play ability for sure. But you're definitely still getting evaluated. So there was definitely a period of the new staff just finding out who can we depend on, who can, if all else is wrong, who can we go to, and you see that week by week.
Talking with former Badger Chris Orr here on Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. And defensively, I mean, it's kind of a weird one statistically to look at. They were put in bad positions twice with Mordecai's interceptions. They gave up the one big play, but overall, held Buffalo to 2-15 on third down, 1 of 4 on fourth down. Had two big stops. They tried to sneak it in on fourth down or sneak it for a first down. They stopped them both times. Only 14 first downs for Buffalo, passing under 200 yards, rushing just a little over 100 yards. So what was your thought on the defense overall?
I think the defense still looks good. I think that for a majority of people, you just got to realize that this defense is operating under a new motive now. You still want to do the fundamentals of defense, obviously stop people from scoring, create turnovers, be disruptive in the backfield or whatever. But it seems like that's not necessarily what Coach Tressel is going after. I think he's doing just your plain old thought of let's get off the field. They did a great job of getting off on third down and fourth down, giving the offense the ball back plenty of times. We didn't get any turnovers, but that's all right. It's okay. At the end of the day, you do enough to win. And I think the mindset of this defense is do whatever it takes to get off the field and get the ball back to our offense as fast as possible. So I think you're going to see spurts from this defense. You're going to see them play games like against Buffalo where it was nothing crazy, nothing really crazy exotic, to be honest. Yeah, they changed up their personnel a lot and moving from a 3-3-5 to, sometimes as many as 6 DBs on the field. But they're just trying to get off the field. They're going to match personnel. They're going to match whatever the situation is that the offense is rolling out. And they don't care about getting some exotic blitz packages and sending more than you can block or whatever the case is, because the only goal is to get off the field. It doesn't have to be through sacks and turnovers like we've been so accustomed to in the last few years, but they're still playing good defense, I think.
So, Chris, 2 rapid-fire things for you. One, what were your thoughts on Deion? I'll just say Deion. I mean, the whole thing at Colorado and his son and Hunter. I mean, just so much going on there.
Yeah, man, that was crazy to see. What a lot of people don't know about Coach Prime, crazy to call it that, Deion Sanders, is that, after he was done playing and his kids, he actually started a little league youth program down in Dallas, Texas, actually called Prime Prep, and then he started a school called Prime Prep and went with his kids through Trinity Christian. So if you were from it's going to sound crazy, but if you're from Texas or the Dallas area, you kind of expected some of this to come because a lot of the guys that you see now that are the 5-star recruits or the big-name players in college football, he coached a lot of them in Little League or in high school or in junior high. So it's easy for him to recruit, and the message that he speaks to his kids is just crazy. All day, every day, they're hearing, I believe. They're telling each other they believe in each other. He's telling them they believe in them. They're working hard together. So that's just he's just doing a great job running that program. I think that in college football, what a lot of people don't understand is confidence is a big difference maker. And if you got a coach that's confident and showing his confidence in you and in the program and everything that he's saying, and you're believing it as well, man, you can definitely get 10 wins.
The last thing I had for you, so Bears second-round pick, Gervon Dexter, who played for the Gators, is suing Big League Advance Fund for violation of Florida's NIL and agency statutes. He wasn't aware that a clause in the NIL deal that he signed that he will now owes 15%, Matt, 15% of his pre-tax NFL earnings for the next 25 years.
Crazy.
They paid him $436,000, and now they're saying for the next 25 years he has to give him 15% of his pre-taxed NFL earnings.
Wow.
So obviously wildly predatory. Hopefully, I mean, Florida doesn't protect anyone, but hopefully that's protected at some point. But, Chris, that's probably some of the dangers that when you talk to these young Badger players to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely some of the dangers for sure. I know a lot of programs, they have like an NIL liaison who it will be their job to sift through all of that and basically make sure all the contract lingo is right, because the thing that these college athletes don't have that you have as a professional athlete is you have an agent who's board certified through the NFLPA. You know, there's certain testing and everything that they have to go through and all of that. It has to be renewed yearly. So those are some of the things that they don't have. They don't have anybody sitting there protecting them from doing bad business, and they don't even know when something is bad business. But yeah, no, he should be good. But what's crazy is that's more than what you have to pay your agent.
Yeah,
you have to pay your agent 3% at the most. They can't take any more than 3%, and then to try to set it at your pre-tax NFL money.
Yeah,
wow.
That's a serious chunk of change. That's like, you give me $1 now.
Understand the taxes you have.
Yeah,
like the taxes you have as a player. Like you got to pay an entertainer's tax.
Different states. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. God forbid you're in California or something like that too. I mean, some of those states are nuts in the taxes. Yeah. So, Chris, awesome stuff. We're looking forward to talking to you every single week.
Yes, sir. Same here.
All right. That's Chris Orr. Give me some numbers, fellas. We got to do a minute to win it.
Let's go 6 and 8.
Caller number 6, caller number 8, 844-770. Look, you can put it on here. I don't care what Alex writes on here.
I
want numbers. Okay, all right.
That's why I said it.
I just want numbers. I want new numbers every time because I feel like that's just repeated week over week over week.
I change them
caller
every
6,
week.
and I never read it. So I want Matt to give me the numbers. I want him involved in the show. 844-770-3776. Caller number 6. And caller number 8, you're going to play Minute to Win It. I'm feeling it today, so pick me. Caller number 6, caller number 8, 844-770-3776. Minute to Win It, up next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The Wisconsin football team has opened the season 1-0 after Saturday's win over Buffalo and prepare for Week 2 at Washington State, a team that beat the Badgers at Camp Randall Stadium last year. Senior running back Ches Malusi says this year to expect a battle between two good football teams.
And I would just say they're all-around sound football team, and once you start breaking a little bit more film down, they're going to see that, on come Saturday, it's going to be a good game.
That's Malusi following his best collegiate game with 157 yards and 2 touchdowns against Buffalo. Find the full interview on ESPN Madison's YouTube channel.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
NFL opening night is coming, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is hooking new customers up with a can't-miss offer. Place your first $5 NFL bet and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, all customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every single game day this September. New customers, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code OUTCOME to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. That's code OUTCOME, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. See dkng.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. Metro Ford is also the home of the 2 years no-charge maintenance offer on new vehicle purchases, making it the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at metrofordofmadison.com. That's metrofordofmadison.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ring the alarm. Smoke detectors going off at my house. Some amazing smoked meats over at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. You can try Shrimp-tastic Thursday, Taco Tuesday.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We got to acknowledge that's pretty damn good, Jimmy. That's pretty good.
I appreciate that. Whether it's the brisket, the ribs, the chicken, lots of great stuff. Low and slow is how they will cook the meats over there at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Is why they're official barbecue joint of Rutledge and Hamilton. And you can have them cater an event. You can have it delivered to your house. You can go pick it up, or you can just eat there. Very family-friendly environment. We're having a Bears-Packer party at my house, pending, if the electricity is not still haywire. But we're going to have that on Sunday. My parents are coming over from Cedarburg. My brother's coming over from Grafton. I got my daughter on vacation in Hayward. They're very famous for a once-a-week giant flea market sort of thing. So you walk around and buy junk. But every once in a while you can find somewhat less junky things. There was an old Devin Hester jersey that fit her. Nice. And it's a little big for her, but we're going to wash that up. My brother, I got him a couple years ago, like a Nike authentic Devin Hester jersey. And so he's going to wear his. I don't have Devin Hester. I'll wear something else, but they're going to rock the Devin Hester stuff. We're going to have a nice party at the house, but I think we're going to give the call to the folks in North and South. I don't want to cook stuff. I want to watch the game. So I'm going to call North South Seafood and Smokehouse. Let's play Minute to Win It.
Always the correct move, Jimmy. Good call on that.
Are you on Team Rutledge or Team Hamilton?
I don't want to pick sides.
This is the Minute to Win It, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
I got the exciting email, by the way, Jim.
Yeah.
As the show began, my Jordan Love jersey has arrived.
You might have to, if I was going to do a jersey, I might go the way you did, because I'm pretty sure it was probably like almost 15 years ago, my dad, who's notoriously cheap, got me and my brother jerseys that sure look authentic. There's no way they are. He did not drop $300 on jerseys for us. It's just not his MO. And I won, but it was a nice jersey. I just an Urlacher one. I don't wear it anymore. But I might ask you where you got yours from because that was a pretty good knockoff.
I haven't seen it yet. So
okay,
we'll
but
see.
I'm saying if yours is a good knockoff, if you find the right knockoff place,
hey, $27.
Can't lose.
Can't lose. Even if it looks horrible. Pretty good purchase.
As long as the colors are right and the name's
Yeah,
right.
right, exactly. LUV.
Worst case, you wear it around the house. It's a pajama shirt for life.
There you go. All right, I am looking for, I don't think we've done this one before. Correct me if I'm wrong.
All right.
I am looking for the 10 NFL teams with the most regular season wins in the last decade.
Okay.
The last 10 years, most regular season wins. I'm going to tell Matt this as well. 5 teams from each conference here.
Okay.
There's 5 AFC and 5 NFC teams here. Ready to go?
Yep.
All right, your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Well, we're going to go with the Packers.
Packers are tied for 4th with 100 flat.
We'll go Patriots.
Patriots are 2nd with 111.
Alrighty, so then I'm going to go with Kansas City.
They are number 1 with 117.
Alrighty, then I'm going to go NFC-wise. I will go with the Seahawks.
You have the top 4 teams knocked out. Number 3.
Let's go 49ers.
Shockingly, strike one.
Okay, that
Not
was
even
a
in the
little
top
bit,
13.
They're up and down, so that one went a little bit there. So Patriots, Kansas City. Who else is always the Bengals? I don't think have done enough recently. The Jets. Look down. AFC Dolphins. AFC West. I'm gonna go with. Who's out west? Not the Chargers. I'm blanking on teams out west. So we'll go with Minnesota.
11th. That's strike
All right,
2.
So 2 strikes. Dallas.
Dallas is number 7 with 94.
All right, so Dallas Cowboys. So I have 5 right now.
Yes.
So, man, Browns, no. Steelers.
Right in the nick of time. They are also tied with the Packers for 4th with 100 wins. That's
And
a
the Ravens
6th
are going to
spot.
be on that list, too. Yeah. All right, I'll take my 6. It's too slow.
Yeah, it was good. It was good, but I think that might be a winning effort. By the way, Chris in Wanakee, to you, he was caller 6. Ed Madtown, the president of the Stroke
Hey,
Fan
all
Club.
right. What's he going to do now?
Is on Team Matt.
He's downloading, or he's going to.
He's gonna
You have your own
download it.
feed? Is that what it's going to be then?
Yeah, just not yet. Work in progress. But I guess we can say the name of the show.
Do we want to hold off? Do we want to make a big announcement about it?
Yeah, we can
It's
hold
kind of a
off.
big deal. Let's do it
Let's
after
make it a
minute-
big deal.
Yeah, let's do it after minutes. We'll announce it here at the start of the next segment.
I'm not a fat hater here.
That's who's on your team
Is
today.
that the name of the show?
I'm not a fat
Okay.
hater here with Alex Strouf. How'd you know? Ed Madtown on your team, Matt. I am looking for the 10 NFL teams with the most regular season wins in the last decade.
Oh,
the last 10 years, 10 teams, most regular season wins. I told Jim this. I will tell you this as well. 5 NFC, 5 AFC. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Packers.
Packers are tied for 4th with 100.
Steelers.
Steelers are tied for 4th.
San Francisco.
Strike 1. Shockingly.
Yeah, no, I that was probably a shot that I didn't need to take. Patriots.
Patriots are number 2, 111.
I feel like the Ravens.
Ravens, number 8, 93.
Let's go. Let's get back into the NFC a little bit. Seahawks.
Seahawks are 3rd with 103.
See, the Rams haven't been good.
Halfway
long.
there.
Yeah, let's say. Who? Maybe the. Okay, Eagles.
Eagles are tied for 9th with 92.
I'm missing the number 1 team, right?
You are. You got
Chiefs.
about 15 seconds. Chiefs are number 1, 117.
Okay.
Got 3 left. 6, 7, and tied for 9th.
6, 7, and tied for 9th.
5 seconds. Yeah, no.
You got me by 1.
I did?
Yeah,
Because I said
7
the Ravens
spots good.
late, so yeah. I had 6, you had 7.
All right, so you guys each knocked out the top 5 in order. Chiefs, Pats, Seahawks, Packers, and Steelers tied for 4th. Neither of you got number 6. It's an NFC team with 97 wins.
Vikings.
Oh.
No, I said Minnesota. I got a strike on that, too.
South, NFC South.
Saints.
Correct. Saints
Oh,
for 6 and
okay,
97.
that makes sense.
Number 7, Jim, you got it. Matt, you didn't. From the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys with 94 wins.
That was more of going to be my last guess.
8th was Ravens, and tied for 9th the Eagles, and neither of you got the last one. The Buffalo Bills sneaking in there with 92.
Wow, okay. I don't think I would have got the Bills.
No,
They've been good the last 5 years.
Right. Honestly, I'm only mad.
Last decade, so I was trying to dig deep in my brain.
I'm only mad because I was a little slow because I should have gotten 7-2, which still would have tied us, and your guy at that time would have won anyways. But
did Ed pick me, or was Ed forced to?
It was an assigned marriage, but nonetheless, Ed and Madtown are winner of the bigger gift card. Kristen won a key though. Also,
yeah, so it's fine. I feel less bad about it now. Breaking news: the 49ers and defensive end Nick Bosa have agreed to a 5-year, $170 million extension per Adam Schefter of ESPN. $34 million per year makes him the highest paid defensive player in NFL history.
Wowza!
Not too shabby.
Yeah, whatever. Nick Bosa, good for you. Whatever.
I mean, maybe not the best, but a good football player.
Great football player.
It does mean Rashawn Gary's not getting that money, but he's going to be expensive.
He's going to be very expensive.
We will talk Jordan Love, Justin Fields. They're buddy. And
Speaking of buddies, we got Strofe.
Yeah, and I think Strofe, last I checked, was a little bit in his feelings about this, and we're going to get Strofe's reveal about Fields and Love being friends. You were all up in arms about it.
I was.
So we'll also get the reveal of Alex Strofe's new show. The name of it.
Yeah.
All right, this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
If you want a fresh twist on surf and turf, look no further than North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Inspired by their time living in the Alaskan Gulf in southern Texas, owners Keith and Aaron brought together unique culinary backgrounds to create a truly authentic American restaurant here in Madison. After expanding to 2 more locations in DeForest and Verona, you can savor smoky, wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood from around the country. Explore their full menu and dining options at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
Hey, this is Eric Name of The Athletic. You're listening to Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is. I'm Alex Strofe, your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The Aaron's Art of Wheels Vintage Weekend wraps up the 2023 Road America race season September 15th through the 17th. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Well, a comeback late in the rubber match between the Brewers and the Pirates falls short for Milwaukee as they fall 4-5 today out in Pittsburgh to wrap up that series. But Brewers still in first place in the NL Central, 2 games in front of the Cubbies as we enter mid-September. Continued coverage on Brew Crew over at ESPNWisconsin.com. College football. Chris Orr just joined Rutledge and Hamilton to talk about the Badgers' upcoming game. The 19th ranked Badgers again in this week AP poll. The Badgers head to Washington State, a team that beat them at Camp Randall Stadium last year, looking for revenge. Bucky favored by 6.5 points. It's a 6:30 kickoff on ABC Saturday night. Sunday, it's all about the green and gold. The Packers kick off their season at Soldier Field in Chicago against the rival Bears, the oldest rivalry in football. Justin Fields versus Jordan Love. The Bears favored by a point. Rutledge and Hamilton continues now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got to chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Because it's hard to win football games. I'm tired of this stupid narrative that Aaron Rodgers was not a top 10 quarterback in the league last year. Get his stats out the window. You're not winning. You are a 4 or 5 win team.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Nice chill day here on Rutledge and Hamilton. We are made to chill from our good friends at Coors Light. I see Matty Ice cracking open one. Mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. We are presented by Coors Light. You dropped Ryan and Madison. Is what happened here? I see I was on hold. My call got dropped. Oh, well. That's on 844-770-3776. That's on the talking text line.
Sorry, Ryan.
We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. This is why Strofe is not part of the show as of Friday. Don't worry, Ryan. We'll get Ryan back there. Because Alex Strofe, we teased it before the break, and I know everyone stayed in their car, waited with bated breath to figure out the name of his show, because it really sells it. It really sells the show of like, hey, if I want to listen to a show, this is exactly...
Do you know it?
You told it to us.
Okay,
so,
good.
This is exactly the show that I want to dial into. Like when I'm in Apple, iTunes, Spotify, any of those great places, the Rutledge and Hamilton feed, sponsored by Revive Restoration, I look for, what is the name of your show?
What is Brock Purdy's nickname, baby?
Well, not just Brock Purdy.
Chad Kelly, I believe, was one of these.
Now, you better get hurt early on this because one of them, but Brock Purdy might trademark this himself.
Well, he better not, because the show will be called Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Stroh.
That's so layered. It's like an onion.
But it's also layered because I feel like he's trying too hard to be humble. Because Alex does not think he's Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes, I do.
So he's just like, oh, look at me.
You think I think I'm relevant?
I mean, you definitely have.
Not anymore.
Right? You were. Not relevant enough to come to 4 to 6 with us.
Apparently not.
Left you behind.
Yeah, I'll just be holding it down on the Facebook live stream.
Mm-hmm. Tell Grandpa I say hi.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
It's going to be fun.
Tell
You're going to have a great time.
Tell everyone at the Wisconsin, what was your thing yesterday? Tell them all hi on the Facebook live stream.
Yeah, the Madison Sports Hall of Fame.
It's one way to get into the Madison Sports Hall of Fame is to stream on Facebook.
Well, I'll bring
prime audience.
I'll bring all of them on as a guest.
Yeah.
Every inductee that's still with us.
Just make sure you do it before dinner time, so by 3 o'clock. Yeah.
I can make that happen.
Congratulations, Alex.
Yeah, that seems sincere.
No, I'm excited to. Look, I'm probably not going to listen because I talk to you every day. But no, I'll give you a listen.
Oh, thanks, Jim.
But I get your takes every day. You're not going to like.
We get unsolicited takes. We don't need to tune into your show to hear your takes.
Wow, you guys are really selling this for me. I appreciate it.
I'm going to be a guest on this show. I feel like, I'm assuming I'm going to be a guest, so I'm going to tune in to the shows I'm on.
Do you listen to the show? Do you have Rutledge and Hamilton, Matt Hamilton, in your
no shot
100%
podcast feed
not
or Spotify?
Spotify.
This guy, he's always something contrarian. Like you got to do Spotify. Got an Apple phone, got to do Spotify.
Well, Converses are cool.
It's just better. Yeah, I mean,
so he's loading it up right now. This is taking too long, folks. This is too long here.
I'm showing you at the top. It's followed.
I wish we could see how long it was followed, but
like since the beginning, you told me to.
Do we believe him?
I just needed a reminder, like everyone else.
I'd rather ask this question.
Not often.
That wasn't my question. You don't even know my question.
I thought I did. Sorry.
You might. When you are not on the show, do you ever listen to the podcast version of Jim and whoever's filling in?
If I'm not on the show, when I'm on the road, if I hear it, it's because I went to Wisconsin On Demand and listened live. I have not done a whole lot of listening back on Spotify, but I will definitely catch it if I am available to catch it. Like if I'm up in Canada and we're just driving to, I don't know, some random town in the middle of Saskatchewan, I will pull out my phone, put my headphones on, and listen to the show if I can. I don't often do the podcast, though. I'm a music guy.
Yeah, no, I don't listen. No.
You don't listen back
I listen if
show.
I'm on it. Like, if I think that we did a good show, I listen to it.
Yeah, he loves listening to himself.
I love me some me.
Oh, wow.
I love me some me.
But it's more of like, I want to make sure, like, if I thought it was really bad, I want to listen back and be like, was it as bad as I thought? And if I thought it was really good, I want to be like, is it good? I don't, honestly, strategically, I don't like to backseat drive. So if I'm listening live or if I'm podcasting, I have feedback then. And then they didn't really ask, so am I going to give you unsolicited feedback? So that's the dicey part for me. Is more of like, do your thing. Like I'm giving you, like, you get carte blanche. It's you're driving. I don't want to watch you drive.
Right.
You know, it's going to stress me out.
That's
so, dude, nobody can take.
So now we give Strofe the keys to the car and he can drive his own.
Straight into the ditch.
I don't know. Daniel Sloth chimes in. Is Jim turned into the new Ben Brust? I used the restroom. I know how to wipe my butt. I don't know exactly what I did.
I think it's maybe just our time slot.
Maybe it's a time slot. I would think Matt, just because you're the athlete.
Yeah, and I am much more aloof than you.
And King Troll House of D, Alex, he's right. You're going to kill it. Congratulations. Apparently, my insecurity is bubbling over.
Oh,
so.
yeah, that's evident.
Yes, absolutely.
You're not joking at all right now. You're being dead serious.
Who knows? Hopefully, King Troll is also.
I am
seriously.
a little offended, though, that you said you won't listen to it. That does offend me a little bit.
I'll listen, but I mean, I just mean it like I don't listen to like Scalzo and Bruss podcasts either. I would yours is different.
Am I going to have to
like
subscribe, and then hit the notification bell, or what's the deal?
All
with
the
this?
above.
No. God's honest truth. Here's what I will be doing, because it's going to be on our TikTok, it's going to be on our YouTube, it's going to be on our Instagram, and that's where I'm going to catch all the snackable content.
You'll do the clips.
Yeah,
Big
if I'm on
snackable
I'll take
content
that.
guy.
I'll take that.
But also, like, if I'm on a lawn, I'll fire it up if I haven't heard your take. Now, here's what I just think is going to happen, is that you're going to do a show, you're going to be proud of it, we're going to talk about it in the office, and I'm not just going to re-listen to a show like when I'm mowing the lawn that you just gave me live and in person. You know, like, that's all. Like, we all do it. So, like, if you have a really good show when we tape and you put it live, we're going to talk about it because we're friends in the office. And so then, like, I'm not going to then go home and fire it up while I do the dishes.
That was a great take. I'm going to go home, and when I'm doing dishes, I'm going to listen to it again. It was so good.
I want Jim to lay in bed next to his lovely wife.
Oh, okay.
God. All right.
And the last thing he thinks about is how good Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe was today.
I'm sure that's going to happen about as often as you think it's going to happen.
So apparently I talk about myself, and all I want to hear is myself talk. I don't know, Daniel. I don't know. And King Troll, I don't know, man. Like, I hope this is a joke. Relax, fella. Like,
What'd you say
swearing
now?
on a talking text line now.
No.
You just said F and listen. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I will consume it. But we do, like, I'm an honest person. Like, Matt, Alex is a friend of ours. When he does something he likes on his show, he's going to want to tell it to us, and we're going to hear it, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to tell you.
Well, if you don't,
then we'll listen.
Then we'll listen.
Yeah.
Don't talk to us in the office. Don't talk to us anymore.
I'm blocking your phone
Fine.
numbers.
Don't talk to us anymore, and then we will stream the show.
Perfect.
There we go.
Honestly, that's the quantity of Alex that seems about right for me.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Celebrate halfway to St. Paddy's Day with a Guinness Draft. Invented in 1759 and still brewed at the legendary St. James Gate Brewery in Dublin, Guinness is a perfect beer for any time of the year. 10 million pints of Guinness are served every day around the world, and the first pint poured in the United States happened in 1965 right here in the Midwest. Only 4.2 alcohol by volume and 125 calories per 12 ounces. Say cheers to summer with a classic Guinness Stout today. Enjoy responsibly.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday for your chance to win free beer from Guinness. We're halfway to St. Patrick's Day. Celebrate September with Guinness Beer. Raise a pint to celebrate tradition and tune into Rutledge and Hamilton. Cheers to halfway to St. Patrick's Day with Guinness. Listen every Thursday for your chance to win some free beer. This month, it's Guinness to celebrate halfway to St. Patrick's Day. Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. What gets lost in the middle of football season is the fact that the holidays are going to sneak up on you. So while you're thinking of it, there's no better place to go than Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. Diamond Jim, the owner of the store, is in the store every single day, 7 days a week, ready to help you, whether you're looking to take that next step or you just need to treat your special someone or yourself. There's no better place to do it than with Jim at Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. Visit them online, condonjeweler.com. That's condonjeweler.com. Or pop in today on the east side of Madison.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools. One bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about two things. The one-of-a-kind wood-fired flavor of a Traeger Ironwood XL grill. And football. That's right, Desmond Howard. Get fired up for the game in just a tap with Traeger's intuitive touchscreen. Then throw on your favorites and monitor the grill from anywhere with Wi-Fi technology. So you spend less time staring at the grill, which means more time for football. For football. Upgrade your Saturday with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
That Hamilton dancing the night away on the stream.
Yeah,
shaking those hips. It's Rutledge and Hamilton.
Sometimes good tunes require a hip shake.
Said it by
a hip shake.
Coors Light. He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
And
Get
that's
to the
Crush,
show.
a Coors Light.
844-770-3776. Packers injury report is in. Matt Hamilton.
Yeah.
David Bakhtiari. Old guy day. Did not participate. It's just
fair.
You know. Which, again, I did bring up my take on Wilding and Tausch of, like, we're just assuming he's playing all the games when he just,
everyone on the Packers starting roster is playing
they've already
every
said,
game.
like the guy is not healthy enough to practice every day, but he'll play all the games. Maybe he will, but
if he doesn't practice every day, he can.
Romeo
on,
Dobbs, hamstring injury, did not participate. That one apparently is not new. Christian Watson, hamstring injury, did not participate, is new. I would say Coach LaFleur said in the press conference that basically he's not going to make any declarations now. He's going to give him the whole week, which I think is a little bit of a red flag because if they're getting the whole week to see if they can play, that means they ain't playing today, and they have some time.
Counterpoint.
They're going to need 63 yards a game if they don't make this first one to hit 1,000 yards each, which is my bold prediction for them. I was just making sure because if they don't play week one.
Counterpoint, could they just be being cautious? Just
it did not,
sure they play.
The way the reporters are describing it, it sounds like, and to the cautious point, though.
Two things can be true.
Well, I don't like the way you're describing it, Jim.
But two things can be true. You could go cautious, and they say this is one, we have a whole season. Maybe we don't want to push if it's 50-50, you don't push it for week one. You save it for later in the year, even if it is a division rival game. Wicks is limited today with a hamstring. Anthony Johnson, full participation with a knee. He had been out. And then Rashawn Gary, limited participation with a knee. I would imagine that's being conservative.
Right,
That's
he's just on a pitch count.
Yes, I think that'll be most of the year he'll be listed as limited with the knee injury. Not quite Bakhtiari veteran rest days, but I think you'll see some of those mixed in there too. Right. I think Gary, his return is remarkable, but they got to be smart about it. All right, let's throw some stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is.
People like me. So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Better news for the Packers than for Cooper Kupp out Sunday against Seattle. So not great for the fantasy football owners of Cooper Kupp or Kelsey. His status is up in the air as well with a knee injury.
I don't know if you heard this, but his brother went on some random podcast and said that he bruised his knee before, and he thinks his brother's going to play week one.
I think he will too. He's.
I'm saying that sarcastically.
No, I agree. I'm just like
Thanks,
that is.
Jason.
It's never
does play tomorrow.
Yes, and it's never great when your number one pick is on the injury. Like, a lot of people took Kelsey as their first pick.
He was my sixth. I was the sixth pick overall. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel
Cooper
good.
Kupp was in Minnesota last week visiting a specialist.
Yeah, Cooper seems far worse than
Yes,
Kelsey.
correct.
Absolutely, and far worse than Watson. I would imagine Watson
So
and
what
Dobbs,
was
if
the
they miss an
final
injury.
thing? He hyperextended it and then bone bruise because of it?
Yep, you
okay.
got it.
That's not too bad.
Nicely done, doctor. All right, let's dive into this thing, shall we? It's time to throw some stones. I got questions. Jim and Matt have answers. We'll score them throughout at the end. We'll crown a winner of... I'm all screwed up. What day is it? Wednesday's edition of Throwing Stones. Thank you.
Yeah, tell me about it. I almost gave away beer earlier when you had the
I
cause
thought I was
written
about
down.
to say Thursday. Yeah, I'm all turned around. And we've only
I
worked
literally
twice this
wrote
week.
it down. I'm like, oh, it's the new one's Guinness this month, and I was like halfway the same. No, this is Minute to Win It coming up.
Whoopsies. All right, Sean Payton back in the news, the new head coach of the Denver Broncos, as he was reported as telling his quarterback, former Badger Russell Wilson, quote, "Stop effing kissing all the babies. You're not running for public office," end quote. I simply ask fair or foul, Matt Hamilton, from Sean Payton.
I think it's fair. You're the coach of the team. If there seems like a player is distracted by something, whether that's interacting with fans, whether it's being on social media too much, whatever it may be, there's a ton of different things that can distract you from your job in the game. And right now, Russell is so concerned with his legacy and how he is going to be remembered in the future after he's done playing football that he's forgotten the fact that he still needs to play and do pretty darn well if he wants to cement himself in like history as one of the best ever. So I think this is totally fair on Peyton. I think it's harsh, but I think it's fair.
Absolutely. Russell needed to hear this a while ago.
Yeah.
Someone needs, and it's not Nathaniel Hackett. He does not have the pelts on the wall to go tell
Carroll
Russell Wilson.
wasn't even getting through to him when he was kind of letting him know.
I think that was one of those things too familiar.
Yeah.
You let him get too big for his britches there, and Russell just thought I could do it. Sean Payton, Bill Parcells' disciple. And yeah, he's an offensive-minded coach, but he is a hard-nosed dude, and I think he's no nonsense. And also, Russell's been humbled. With Carroll, he was not quite humbled. Russell has been humbled. Russell is at I think, a major turning point in his career. Either it's going to fall off a cliff, and this guy's just going to be some bum you're going to have to try to drag around his contract till you can cut it and get rid of it, or he bounces back. And Sean Payton's the man to do it. Here's the thing. If Sean Payton can't do it, the league's going to look at Russell and say, that's a you problem.
Yeah, that's a Russell problem.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that take. Yeah, very strange, but a hilarious quote nonetheless. Stop effing kissing all the babies.
Look, Russell Wilson might be the lamest NFL player.
Quarterback.
He just does like all the tropes. You know what I mean? All the stereotypes and the corny stuff. It's just.
I would say corniest over
pandering.
lamest.
He panders.
He is married to who is it?
Sierra. Yeah.
That's not lame. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, anyway, let's move on. Former Badger quarterback again, Darrell Bevel, who's currently the quarterback's coach of the Miami Dolphins. The head coach, Mike McDaniel, sharing an image with his team in the media of Darrell Bevel laying face down on his bed with an iPad on the floor because he had a cornea injury that required him to lay face down 90% of the time while he's crunching film. I'm just curious what you guys think, because here's my take. I'll let you respond. If I have a cornea injury that requires me to lay face down 90% of the time, I'm not working. Matt Hamilton, go ahead.
It certainly could have been a cornea injury. I had a friend who had a detached retina and had to sit laying down, basically on one of those massage tables that had the hole cut out in the middle. He had one of those, and he was in that 90% of the day because you need gravity to help that fall to the front. Your retina or cornea or whatever the issue is. His was a retina. So that is painful and not fun. So kudos for him for doing any work at all, because I would be a big old baby about it. No work for me.
You're right. It was a retina. That's my bad.
It's all good.
This is amazing for Darrell Bevel. The dude's just and I'm sure Tarek and Derek have shared stories with you of Darrell Bevel as their quarterback. He won the Rose Bowl, the first Rose Bowl for the Badgers, and that was, Tarek and Derek were on that team. First, shout out to Robin Madison. Let's ride a pack of Badgers all the way to the bench. Russ, which Russell Wilson, that's his little college catchphrase. But look, Darrell Bevell's a fascinating dude. I just want to give you this. Played his high school ball in Arizona, committed to Brad Childress when he was the offensive coordinator at Northern Arizona University. Then he embarked on a 2-year Mormon mission. When he returned, he joined Childress with Barry Alvarez at Wisconsin, led the Badgers to 2 bowl games, the Hall of Fame game, and then the Rose Bowl. And he finished his career at Wisconsin with 19 school records, and obviously has turned into a pretty good offensive coordinator in the NFL. Interviewed for a lot of coaching jobs as far as head coach, but he's with the Packers as well. I actually owned a pair of Darrell Bevell's shoes because my buddy Kale, who's now with the Chiefs, was like an assistant GA with the Packers at that point, but they would give him shoes of coaches. They'd wear them one time, sometimes players as well, and he'd bring them to the house.
Nice.
Darrell Bevell, same size shoe as me, and I had he had his little number written on it from when, I'd been like,
so
but
you guys
I
know
had
Darrell
Bevell's
Bevell,
shoes.
10.5.
There you go.
Joe Burrow says he is good to go, the Bengals quarterback is, for week number 1. Curious your guys' thoughts. Besides the Chiefs, who's the team to beat in the AFC, Jim?
Wow. You know what? I would go with the Bengals this time around. Buffalo seems a little bit... I feel like they might need a reset. They'll be fine. I don't think they're, done in the Josh Allen era. I just think
Good division, though.
Right. And I think this could be a step back for them. Honestly, I would pick the Bengals as the team to beat because the Chiefs... You win a title, it's just ask Matt Hamilton. I mean, he didn't come back and win another gold. I mean, when you win a title...
Ouch.
It's not... You want it. But it's not the same hunger of when you don't have it, especially if you've been close a few times like the Bengals have. The Chiefs, obviously they want it, but I think that they still could do it. But if I'm ranking them, I'm putting the Bengals number 1 in my pick to win the Super Bowl from the AFC, at least go to it, because if you haven't been there, or you haven't won it, I think Burrow and these guys are motivated to go out and win the damn thing. Sorry, Matt.
That's okay, Jim. I'm not so sure about that because you're kind of like the Bills and the Bengals. You've never gotten it done.
That's fair.
So, you don't know what it's like sitting at the top of the mountain. The Chiefs are the team to beat. The one team that I do think is intriguing, maybe the dark horse and maybe someone you should look out for, I think the Chargers might be a team that can contend and maybe push the Chiefs a little bit in their division.
Here's what tells you how good the AFC is. I just saw Colin Russo walk into the Everlight Solar Studios.
He thinks the Jags are going to the...
I think they're going to be good.
The Jags are going to be good, and Calvin Ridley looks like he is fresh. He doesn't look rusty. He looks fresh.
And that division is wide open. The Colts are bad. The Texans are bad. I don't think the Titans are going to be very good.
Can I put this out? I'm a little bit... unnerved. So I'm in a third fantasy league, and it was in the middle of this whole other thing with the electrical stuff going on. It was and it was Sunday night of Labor Day weekend. I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
It might be my best team.
Oftentimes, auto draft does feel like the best team.
It just took my stupid brain out of it.
Yeah,
it's all
the
players I
problem
never
is your
picked.
auto draft is going to give you 2 defenses and 2 kickers.
But no, it didn't do that because I would say that ESPN does a pretty good job. That I think they've kind of cleaned it up a little bit for auto drafts, so they don't kind of fill you with a bunch of crap.
My auto draft in our league last year was brutal. I had 4 kickers on my team after I auto drafted.
So I have Lawrence as my quarterback, Henry, and then White from Tampa as my running backs. Okay. Waddle as a wide receiver, Olave as a wide receiver, Goddard as a tight end from Philadelphia. DJ Moore is my other wide receiver. He's in my flex position. Dolphins, special teams, Bass is my kicker. But I got Cooks and Jordan Addison on my bench, a rookie. Who knows? Juju Smith-Schuster with his knee that's about ready to explode. Schultz. My guy, Devin Singletary from FAU. Literally the only guy I probably would have picked maybe just from I like him. He went to FAU. And then Johnson from New Orleans tight end. I don't even know who that is. So this is a team full of maybe DJ Moore I would have drafted.
Juwan, he's a stud.
So there you go. I got a bunch of I feel like this is my best team. I'm stressed. I'm kind of bummed, but I hope they win.
Jim's going to fluke his way into a championship.
So you're in 3 leagues, Matt. How many are you in?
4.
I'm in 5 on accident. I didn't realize how many I was in until I had my last draft last
I was
night.
planning on being in 5, but classic Matt, forgot to check my email.
Sounds like you. And classic Matt, our winner today in Throwing Stones.
Oh, man. Wasn't that confident I got the dub, but classic Matt. Am I going for a perfect week? Did I win yesterday?
You did. Jim, to Do we not remember what happened yesterday?
Jim threw in the towel.
Jim excused himself and then said, I put in no effort.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the music that I normally am accustomed to when I win this game.
Yeah, no, because Jim
took the
that
wind
might
out of
be
the
one of my
sails.
least favorite Jim Rutledge moments of all time. He said, I'm not participating today, and then said, you put in no effort.
That was not it. I took a shot at you and I knew I was lost. I still participated. I just said that, like, I'm not going for the win. I'm gonna just rip on Strofe and take the L.
Like the Arizona Cardinals this year. Not going for the win.
Yeah, basically.
Sick burn. You got the sickest burn. So that's why you're Mr. Irrelevant.
You nailed the Cardinals there. I can't wait to tune in on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
That's why they call him Mr. Irrelevant, folks. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
If you want a fresh twist on surf and turf, look no further than North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Inspired by their time living in the Alaskan Gulf in southern Texas, owners Keith and Aaron brought together unique culinary backgrounds to create a truly authentic American restaurant here in Madison. After expanding to 2 more locations in DeForest and Verona, you can savor smoky, wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood from around the country. Explore their full menu and dining options at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. Your kids will call it totally lit. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Braylon Allen here. When I'm running, tackling, and scoring touchdowns, I'll give you one guess what I'm wearing underneath my jersey and pads. That's right. Iron Jock Performance Gear is with me for every yard, every sprint, and every lift in the weight room. This is by far the best athletic apparel I've ever worn. Join me with Iron Jock Nation and get yours at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Feeling rough lately, like you're barking up the wrong tree? Well, let us throw you a bone. The 2023 Putts for Pups Pre-Potty is Thursday, September 21st at the Boneyard Dog Park and Beer Garden from 4 to 7 p.m. Bring your pups and enjoy your first drink for free. This event kicks off a weekend of fundraising for the Dane County Humane Society. Let's raise the woof to raise some money for DCHS. Join us Thursday, September 21st at the Boneyard from 4 to 7 p.m.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
No, don't get stressed, just gon' get figured out. Oh, deep conversation that the Waffle House. Headstrong father and a determined mother. Oh, that's why some nights we try to kill each other. But you know it's always love.
Real Sports with Brian Gumbel coming to an end on HBO. 29 seasons. Did you ever watch that, Matt Hamilton?
Not a lot, no. I'm sure I've come across it.
It was definitely for a little bit something I made an appointment to watch.
It's
I lost
almost as old as I am.
There you go. And look, there came in phases there watching it. It was good. It had its moments, but it's almost like we'll do with Alex' show. You're not going to watch it. But if it's good snackable content, then I'm in.
Hey, shut up.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. Zip it. This Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light.
Hey, shut up.
The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. Mr. Relevant, behind the glass, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. You picked the name, man. When does that start?
Monday.
So when Matt and I move to drive time. Drive time.
I love that.
You're required to say it like that.
You're moving yourself to Mr. Irrelevant.
Yep.
All right, so I'll make sure.
I'm not moving myself. This is a requested move.
Not by us. Let's be
Are
clear.
you sure?
Dude, come on now.
Can we move Stroh?
Because I'm pretty sure you guys were like, hey, we don't want Stroh on the show anymore.
All right.
He's just too good to be hanging out with us.
He's too talented. That's what I said. I don't know what you told everybody, but I was like, Stroh's too good.
That's funny. I said he's dragging Showdown.
No.
Talky too much. Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, zip it.
Yeah, a little less talky, a little more button pushy.
I don't think so. People are going to hate us. By us, I mean me. That's all right.
Fair. Yeah, I mean,
it's all right.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Stroph's like the lovable doofus of the show. You are also a lovable doofus of the show who has a gold medal.
Yeah.
And I'm just the guy that yells about not having power working in his house. Because
angry.
It's hard to win football games.
It is hard to win football games.
I think sometimes people forget that. Because it's hard to win football games. Circling back to that. And I want to get to Jordan Love and Justin Fields being friends. But I remember sitting here, and correct me if I'm wrong, there was let's just go back in time. Back in time. When Aaron Rodgers kind of said, hey, paraphrasing here, I've done it before, I could do it again. We're going to go out. I'm just Sylvester Stallone all of a sudden. But,
hey, yo, Matt LaFleur.
Hey, Rocky. We've won these games before. We can do it again, all right? So,
it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad.
If Aaron Rodgers, when he said that, you guys are like, he's going to do it. I remember it. You guys are like, no, he can. The Packers can do this.
When Aaron Rodgers says things like that, I buy it. If Jordan Love gets into a press conference and is like, we can really turn this season around.
Right. So set that aside.
Based on what?
Right. But you thought that because Aaron had done that multiple times in his career. At least 3 times off the top of my head that Aaron had kind of stopped a losing season and turned it around. And it's not just the stats. I understand. But when they beat Minnesota, 42-17, what kind of numbers does he need to put up? Clearly, he was the driver of an offense that beat the snot out of Minnesota. And obviously against Dallas, they needed that Dallas game to keep their season alive. But what did he do? He threw 3 touchdowns, and they won that game in overtime.
70% completion.
Yes. So,
let's forget. Who cares that it was only 250 yards or 230 yards?
Again, you're comparing Aaron Rodgers against Aaron Rodgers, but you're basically all Jim Irsay out there. Look, Jordan Taylor, he is worthless, but give me everything if you want him. Aaron Rodgers, he is worthless, but when he was on my team, we were never going to lose.
Yeah.
So that's all. It's okay to appreciate.
We just want to have our cake and eat it too. Jim.
It's okay to say, you know what, Aaron Rodgers, a top 5 quarterback of all time, and we're going to miss him. Maybe, hopefully Jordan Love gets there. But he ain't going to be that guy this year. Because you know what Aaron Rodgers was in his first year?
Even if you just want to tell me it wasn't working out.
Aaron Rodgers
that's fine, but don't try and tell me that Aaron Rodgers wasn't it anymore.
Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Yeah.
That's basically just don't do that.
Don't pee on my rain and tell me it's legging.
Don't pee. Mr. Irrelevant, zip it. Keep it quiet back there.
You're literally locking me in for the rest of the week. All throwing stones, I win if you keep calling him Mr. Irrelevant.
That's the name of his show that he named.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think he wants you. Keep his show name out your mouth, Jim.
You come Will Smith it over here?
Yeah, dude. I would watch yourself.
Or he'll be like Aaron Rodgers and just say something but not do anything about it. Keep my coach's name out of your mouth.
Lose my
Adrian.
number. Lose my podcast website.
Woo! How we doing back there, Mr. Irrelevant?
I'm
nice.
defending you, Strove. You should be. And I haven't called you Mr. You Are yet.
It's the name of his show. So, Mr. Irrelevant, when your show, when will it be released? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? What time?
Right before yours. Early afternoon.
Nice.
So it'll be live in the middle of the day.
Okay.
And then it'll be posted after that. So it'll
Like
be live
during Nortman, Wallace, and Brust.
What's the name of that show, Jim?
I just said it.
We got a new Jen Chewy Gabe situation on our hands.
Yeah, dude, for
All
real.
right, try again. Take two. What's the name of that show?
BB.
Which stands for what?
Kyle, Brad, and Brust.
That's wrong. Try
He's
again.
close.
What's the name of that show?
Kyle, Brust, and Brad.
Getting closer.
Still wrong.
Brust and Nortman?
Now what would it be if you put it all together?
Oh, KBN.
KBN.
This doesn't make any sense. Why are we going first name with Kyle and then last names for the other two?
Don't ask me. I
That's
didn't
not-
name
tell
the
you what,
show.
That's no Mr. Irrelevant. That's what I'll tell you that
Exactly.
right now. Yeah.
At least
hey,
that
what's
show,
a catchier name?
Mr. Irrelevant.
It'd be like calling this show Jim Hamilton.
That's hilarious.
Kyle Brust Nortman is a law firm.
If you're injured in an accident, you can call Kyle Bruston Nortman for all of your injury needs.
This is Jim Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. We'll be back after this.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The Wisconsin football team has opened the season 1-0 after Saturday's win over Buffalo and prepare for Week 2 at Washington State, a team that beat the Badgers at Camp Randall Stadium last year. Senior running back Ches Malusi says this year to expect a battle between two good football teams.
And I would just say they're all around sound football team. And once you start breaking a little bit more film down, they're going to see that, on come Saturday, it's going to be a good game.
That's Malusi following his best collegiate game with 157 yards and 2 touchdowns against Buffalo. Find the full interview on ESPN Madison's YouTube channel.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Show your Brewers pride everywhere you go with Brewers Checking, only from Associated Bank. Score exclusive perks like a one-of-a-kind Brewers Debit MasterCard 10% off at the team store, even express check-in at the Associated Bank gate. And if you want a VIP game day, the Associated Bank Power Alley is for everyone. Contact the Brewers ticket office to learn how you could treat your crew to a full buffet and private bar overlooking left center field. Brewers Checking. Learn more at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers today. Member FDIC.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at WIPGA.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Two-pack shaker. Bringing us back here, Rutledge and Hamilton. Jim Hamilton. Welcome back to Jim Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. If you have any law firm needs, you can call Kyle Brust-Nortman.
Title sponsor of the show, Jim Rutledge, or Jim Hamilton.
And Mr. Irrelevant behind the glass. I mean, that is a little weird, right? Like, first name and the two last names.
I thought that the first time, too, but here's the thing. When it's like when someone comes up to you to show you their new tattoo and it's not like a particularly good tattoo, I'm not going to be like, that is dumb.
Dude, what did you do?
Yeah, right? Like, you can't do that. And these guys are like, we got a new show. It's in Milwaukee, it's 3 hours. It's 2 hours in Madison. It's 3 different markets in southern Wisconsin. I'm not going to be like, yeah, you're going to be at 3 different markets with a name like that? Good luck. Like, what do you want me to say to these guys? Like, congratulations, fellas.
It's a name.
Honestly, they're leaning towards KBN, and they should just call it KBN.
Yes.
Because that sounds infinitely
That was
better.
the logo I thought they just decided internally to call it KBN.
Well, they are. I think they're going to call, once everyone's aware that it stands for Kyle Brust-Nortman, that's when it's going to really shift to just being KBN, I think. They gotta put their footprint on it, you know?
They don't want to be irrelevant. Nobody wants to be irrelevant. This is Rutledge and Hamilton.
Especially the most irrelevant.
Presented by officially, informally irrelevant. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
That's some booty, Jim.
He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge.
We're relevant.
In Alex Strofe, Mr. Irrelevant. Are you going to wear, fancy clothes? Because you're Mr. Irrelevant. Like, you are.
Why would I wear fancy clothes?
Because you are a Mr. now. You are Mr. Irrelevant.
You are a Mr. now.
I was always a Mr.
You know, we should.
But not Mr.
Here's what
Irrelevant.
you should do, Strofe, is you should bring in one of your suit coats.
You know what I would have appreciated? If you don't like the name, you should have told me that before this.
I had to miss out on all this fun.
You were so chuffed about it, right? That's
Yeah, chuffed. For sure he was.
You were like, I landed on this.
It's fun, Strofe. It's just, again, we wouldn't be picking on you if we didn't love you to death. It's just too much fun to just give you some
Can I ask you a question?
ribbon.
Was any variation of your name given a thought at all?
No. Man. Why would you want Strofen off?
Yeah.
Strofen it?
That sounds so dirty.
You're goofing off. Strofing off.
That doesn't sound like goof.
Strofe in the afternoons. I don't know.
Well, I do that anyway.
Strofe in the evenings.
It's called afternoon delight.
Strofe in the morning. Strofe here, strofe everywhere.
I actually don't hate that one.
Can we get him to change his name before it even comes out?
I like Mr. Irrelevant. It's going to be way too much fun. And it won't be as cringy where if he does change the show to Strofe it, I will definitely not tune in or reference it on this show.
But he could have a whole audience, you know?
It will be a very particular audience.
Onlyfans.com.
Look, man.
Backslash Strofe.
Make yourself.
That username is already taken.
The Adam and Madison chimes in your afternoon stroke with Alex Strofe. You know what?
Yes! That is hilarious.
Yeah. Can I say, I know you already got your name, but I just want, give me some names for Alex's show. 844-770-3776. I want to crowdsource it with the Rutledge and Hamilton family. Because in all seriousness, we're sad to see Alex go. We're happy he's going to get this really cool opportunity. He's like leading the company in it, and it'll be really fun. He'll be kind of the first to do this, and it will be ups and downs, and we're very excited to see how it all goes.
We just don't know what we have in Alex Strofe.
Right, and so we're going to miss
see all the ups and downs specifically for Jim. He's excited to see the downs.
There's talent in the room there now with you, so please make sure that you bring it to a level. There's Colin Russo's in there. Mr. Irrelevant. He is not irrelevant. You are. So,
well, this just seems unnecessary.
Sadler from Pat McAfee's show chimes in with Strofe and the old banjo. I don't know if you're a musical act. You do pick a guitar a little bit, though, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So, what can you play on guitar?
Nothing.
Wonderwall by Oasis.
That's the open. We've nailed this show down, I think.
I said maybe.
Daniel's got a name and a presenting sponsor for you.
Oh.
So, I don't know if I can read the name, but it's presented by Trojan. So, there you go. Man, so 844-770-3776 if you want to chime in with some names there. Strofe, you can, Mr. Irrelevant, you can read. You're like a wrestler. What was the wrestler with Mr.
Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful? We got Mr. Irrelevant. Should we call Ryan Wallersheim Mr. Wonderful going forward as our producer? That our producer will be Mr. Wonderful, and our ex-producer will be Mr. Irrelevant, who's on the producer farm.
Frolicking with all the other producers. Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry we just dunked on you for the last 15 minutes.
I think Dan Le Batard said this, that insults are male forms of endearment.
It certainly is.
Dave the Deerfield idiot on the text line. This might be the best threesome show you guys have ever done. Rut and Son of Scott. You guys are the best D-bags on the radio.
There you go. Maybe that should be our new show. Best D-bags on the radio. Canopy Wealth Management is the opposite of this show. They are professional, they are reliable, and they can help you with your money. We will do none of those things. CanopyWealth.com is the website. Go check them out and see how they can help you. That is Canopy-Wealth.com. Canopy Wealth Management. Go see them. They help me out. They can help you out. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.